have labeled themselves activists.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a lot of them carry it. I don't think a lot of niggas carry it right. But shout out to Global Currency. I'm sponsored by them too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Global Currency. But you particularly, I got a chance to hear you speak on some issues somewhere, and I totally agree with your perspective. So shout out to you, and why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and we can get this going.
Yeah, ain't no doubt, man. So my name Brandon Chastain, but they call me B McFly. B McFly stands for being motivated, comes from loving yourself. I'm a sober messenger and the top motivator in the world, man. You know what I mean? I've jumped in that. I don't consider myself an activist, but when it was time to jump in that realm and it was time to like hold it down, I did.
Okay.
Now, you guys, it's levels to holding our people down. I jumped in a room where shit could have got dangerous. Or shit did get dangerous. That's when I jumped in the room. I think the most political stuff that I speak on is like the education system. But when like a cop killed one of ours, or when a cop killed anybody, I mean, I jumped in that room.
That's where I saw you at. You stepped to some business.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, definitely. I jumped. I jumped in it when people got to understand this, right? When you got police officers lined up with regular citizens, all it takes is one situation, and it's on. Like it's just like we about to fight another crew.
Okay.
And everybody talking, and then one punch, one swing. Now the whole shit is just like
right.
So I pay homage to people that really stepped in front of those police officers when they ready. Cause all it takes is they can even use like a imposter, throw a little brick over there, and now it's on. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta pay homage to people that step in front of them. For those are like the real enemy. When you fighting a real enemy, like it's easy to fight you, Gully. All I gotta do is pick my dribble up and let's get busy. Ain't no need to do it. That's easy. Pick my dribble up and get busy. Go straight to the right. But let's go with the real enemy. You dig? So yeah, that's me.
Okay. I want to point out, based on observation, that you one of the early guys that took on this task. You said that you don't choose to use the title activist, but I seen you. I told you. I believe we had a conflict early on.
Yeah.
Okay. Boom. Tell me exactly what your work detail entails. What is your day-to-day duties and shit?
All right. So I've been sober. I'm from Philly. We all been shot out in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like damn near all of us been shot. I'm from 60th and Master, man, West Philly. And you can look this up. The biggest war was Master Street versus Lansdowne Avenue. And when I got shot, man, I got addicted to pills, man. Like the doctors never told me. I never knew nothing about Percocets. Never heard of Percocets. You know what I mean? And I actually graduated from Lincoln University.
Oh, shout out to you. I was gonna
You know
get
what
to
I'm
your
saying?
educational background because you speak
Okay.
it. But go ahead.
Okay. So just to sum it up, I was addicted to pills for 14 years of my life. I was not only was I taking Percocets, I was taking Xannies. I'm drinking lean. I might have took some fake pills. I know I did. Whatever was in there, I took some E-bombs. I used to take the E-bombs. Whatever was in the E-bombs, crack, dope, whatever. People be thinking E-bombs and fake pills be just regular shit. No.
What the fuck is an E-bomb? Ecstasy?
Like an ecstasy pill or like a Molly.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Got
saying?
it.
So whatever is in the mollies, dope, crack, fentanyl, I was taking it. Whatever's in them fake pills, I was taking it, right? Until one day I said, man, I want to just kill myself, man. And I'm going to try this shit. Like, I'm going to try to dump as many pills as possible. Like, I've tried to commit suicide, like, over and over again. I tried to take the coward way out. Let me just dump. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take these pills, and hopefully I don't wake up the next day.
Hold on, G. What will cause the suicidal shit? Was it depression? You were spending all your money, your life was fucked up. Is that what caused you to get to this? Or is this a part of the high?
My mother passed away.
Breaking up
My
just
father
a little
used
bit.
to sell me pills. You know what I'm saying? Okay, can you hear me?
All right. Yeah.
Can you hear me? All right. So I never experienced my mother. My mother used to, you know what I mean? She passed away from a drug overdose 2015. So I never really experienced her. So my mother passed away from drug addiction. I was thinking about me being abused as a kid, not just a regular ass whooping. I'm talking about waking up in the middle of the night getting my ass whooped for no reason. That's abuse. You understand what I'm saying? I was thinking about how my father, he sold me pills. Rest in peace to him. He just died 2020 with my stepmother. He used to sell me pills, and I used to ask myself, I'm giving you more money for pills than you ever gave me in my life.
Mm.
But the drug addiction used to make me be like, fuck it. Take more pills so you don't think about the shit. You dig? I'm thinking about I was the man in Overbrook High School. I went to Overbrook High School, the same school as Will Chamberlain, Guyon Bluford, Will Smith. And I'm like, damn, you was the man in high school. You was the man in college. You ain't the man no more. Nigga, just take as many fucking pills as you can and you can end this shit. You don't take care of your kids. You're not good in the community. Nigga, you ain't got nothing going on. Just take pills. Until one day, man, I woke the fuck up, man, thought I was going to die from an overdose. I threw my shit up there on Instagram, my transparency, where I'm high as shit. And I said, fuck it, man. Shout out to my kid's mother, man, Aosha Clark, man. She still by me all the way, man. And I just went to rehab, man. I had to swallow my pride and go to rehab.
I believe the root of the problem in Philadelphia, we should just say this. Philadelphia is a place where a lot of niggas take pills. I picked up on that at Vision Quest. I was at Vision Quest in early 90s.
Yeah.
And all the boss niggas and shit, all the live niggas, that's what they spoke about. Cakes and syrup, J Street and all of that. What can we do to reverse this? What can we do to reverse this logic or this line of thinking in Philadelphia? Because it's obvious there's a problem. I ain't never seen a city that has so many entertainers have problems with their kidneys and shit like that.
Well, you need more people like me to step up and be transparent. And we don't. I mean, let's just talk about the industry. The industry is full of pill heads and dope heads.
They caught up to Philly, bro.
Yeah.
I'll just keep it like, when they start talking that sipping on some scissor and all of that. I was telling people, my nigga, I was in Vision Quest in 92. That syrup shit, that's some Philly shit. Like,
been there. I'm talking straight, no juice and none of that shit. Like straight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't go to Kensington and Allegheny and just show people and say this could be you. No, I show myself. I expose myself and be transparent with myself because I know it's a lot of people secretly taking pills and drinking juice. It's a lot of people secretly because that's not a smell. Like when you take pills, it's not a smell. You can take pills and be secret with it. But if I see a person itching a certain way, if I see a person nodding a certain way, if I see a person just like it's identified. And when I see it, I'm like, damn, you want something. I know it. I know the look. I know the aura. And we need to start exposing this shit, man, because I never seen so many rappers die from an overdose. Never seen so many rappers. And I'm like, why we don't talk about this in the industry. It's because everybody is on it, whether they on Molly's, whether they on Percocets, whether they on Lean, whether they on Xannies. Yeah, they on all of it, man. It's an enjoyable high, and people actually talk about it and like laugh about it. So we gotta really. That's all I do, man. I speak about it every time I see a person like stop taking drugs or a person die from drugs. I speak on it.
Very necessary. During your travels down there through Kensington, have you encountered K-Dot?
I tried to talk to K Dot so many times, and I don't like to expose because it's a weak moment. And I feel like you don't know if a person exposing a person to get a monetary gain or exposing them to really try to help them. So you know what I do? Just stay away from it. I talk to him behind the scenes, but you know, man, people are paying him. I believe to like put him on their platform.
So
I'm not with it.
in the condition that he's in, he's still they still point cameras at him and shit like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it probably ran its course, but it you know, it's listen, you want to go because I'm gonna take you. If you don't want to go, I'm gonna listen to you, and then that's it. I'm not gonna give you no money though. Not doing
Right.
that. Like, because I know what you about. Like I know what's going on. Like you using, like you definitely utilizing this as well. Like you know what I mean. Give me a couple of dollars and I'll do whatever y'all want me to do. Like, nah.
They got a new drug out there now called Trank that's making world news and shit. Can
I
you
spoke on
elaborate
that.
on that?
Yeah, I spoke on that. So it's like some type of medicine for animals, and like people found a way to get. You gotta remember, man, drug addicts are very intelligent, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can't underestimate Pac said it. You can't underestimate a dope fiend. You know what I mean? Because they'll figure it out, like, and really taking over the streets of Philly right now. Like I'm talking, well, not the streets of Philly, but that Kensington and Allegheny area. That's like a whole city within itself. So
Yeah.
it's really taking over that. Now in the hood, it hasn't really touched down in the hood. Like in a regular hood where niggas is taking just pills and they going on about their life. But if you live in Kensington and Allegheny, you live on the streets, you in that community, and that's like a city. It ain't even a small community. It's like a city up there. It's a good chance you probably on that shit, man. And like I said, it's for animals.
Why has it become so prevalent? Is it more affordable than heroin? Is it more
Yeah, well, it's
affordable?
cheaper.
Huh?
It's cheap. It's affordable. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cheaper. Like you could kind of like, and it's easier to get. You know what I mean? Like you ain't got to go through loopholes and create some type of something in order to get, get the high. Like,
Right. So primarily
yeah.
your mission is to share your story about the opioid addiction shit.
Well, my main mission is right. Drug addiction, spread awareness, um, take people to rehab all the time, um, and help people, right?
Yeah.
But I also speak on gun violence. I've been shot. I'm from Philly. This is what goes on. I've been shot. I speak on the public school to prison pipeline. I speak on mental health, and I speak on the absent father.
Right.
These are the these are the five components that are tearing our community down. The absent father, mental health, public school to prison pipeline, gun violence, and drug addiction. Nothing more, nothing less.
Okay.
Those are the five components. And I make sure that I tackle those five components as much as I can. But I also create skits. And that's how I went viral so many times. That's how
Yeah.
people like Steph Curry, right?
Right. I've seen it. How do you feel when you see there's people who kind of obviously blatantly took your style. Like I said, you was one of the early guys doing it and shit. Some years ago, like you got like 6 years in or some shit like that, right?
Almost 6 years. Almost 6 years. Yup. January the 21st would be 6, or like February would be 6 years.
Right. How you feel about other people popping up online, basically trying to push the same narrative? Because as you said, your intention is to save some lives. You speak to the youth, you speak to people about mental health awareness and drug addiction. You got other people on here, essentially everybody, every hoodlum, gangster, former convict is on here airing his dirty laundry or whatever, and at the end of it, his exclamation point is, I'm doing this to save the youth so they don't make the same mistakes that I did. What you got to say about that? Because everybody's using that excuse, B. McFly.
We don't know the hearts of men, right? But I say this. Action speaks louder than words, but character speaks louder than actions. So I took it a step further and added on the character speaks louder than actions. An intelligent person can read through like you're just trying to get a monetary gain off the community pain. The peanut gallery just roll. The peanut gallery don't think past their height. So the messages go over their head. Like the actions of and the character of the person goes over their head. We can tell when people just like talking because they got lips. We can tell when it's like, oh, you trying to use that as a leg to stand on and acting like you're trying to save the community. All you need is an LLC. All you need is a 501c3 and you could get some money donated to you. And yeah, we're trying to save the community. Book bags not saving no goddamn community. Talking on here every day is not saving the community. You have to be, listen, your feet has to be on the freaking ground, yo.
Right.
Going up in them schools, when I used to teach, I used to go to school wearing shit like this, looking like you, look
So they
like
identify
me,
with you.
so they can identify. If you not in them schools, because one thing about a street nigga, when you young, you gonna touch the school grounds at least 5 times, 10 times out of the month, every month. I want to see what they doing in there. I ain't got nothing to do. I was a street. You young. I know all the street, like man, I'm going to school today. Oh, why are you going to school? They going to school because they still looking for help. Man, ain't shit here. So I don't be seeing these people in school. We can talk and yell all day. We got to go to the root of the problem and be the solution for the problem.
Got you.
You know what I mean? I ain't talking about no organization shit. I ain't talking about, we had an event over here, man. Events is speaking to the fucking choir.
Right.
We
You
had
know
an
somebody.
event.
You know somebody down there in Philadelphia who is down there speaking and interacting with the youth that's very, very special to me. You familiar with OG Law?
Of course.
My God.
Oh,
That
OG
was my
Law.
neighbor in the penitentiary.
Oh yeah.
When
Yeah.
he first
OG
started.
Law.
When he first
He was the
started,
first one.
he was cutting my hair with a razor and comb and
He's
shit like
nice
that.
with he's nice with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
listen. OG Law is the most talented activist I've ever seen in my life. He can sing, he can rap, he can act, he can
Paint.
cut hair, he can draw. The nigga can do it.
Renaissance man
Yeah.
on the highest
Yeah.
level.
And he was on my block. He was the first person I ever seen do this.
No
He was
doubt.
on my block. He right on my block, 60th and Master. He created the community center. Him and his wife. His wife, when OG Law was locked up, his wife moved on that block, and then he came home to that block with a coincidence, and community center, and then he had his run for a minute. You know what I mean?
That's my guy. I interviewed him about 3 months ago and shit. But yeah, that's a dear friend of mine, and I'm very proud of him. Mainly because he chose basketball. I said, nigga, why you choose basketball? He said,
Yeah, I don't
man,
think he can play.
he said,
I don't think he can
man, I
play.
ain't gonna lie. He said, listen, right? He said, man, everywhere we fucking went, in the most dangerous elements, them niggas to take them hammers off their hips and go put them shits down and come shoot ball. He said, Mill, I be disarming niggas. I
Yeah,
said, that's basketball, bro.
yeah,
That's basketball.
I agree.
Straight up.
I
So
definitely.
speaking of sports and basketball, how did you gain the attention of Cameron Giles? Shout out to Cameron and Mace.
Yeah, shout out to Cameron and Mace, man. Shout out to them, man. So, um, like as a motivator, I like to speak on certain things that go on in certain topics, right? And I seen that everybody was getting fired on ESPN. So I said, hold up. Let me jump on here and pay homage to Cam and Mace. Because the one thing I learned about the internet is you could be your own boss.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, see, this is why we got to look at people like Cam and Mace creating their own lane. And yes, some of us don't have that the money like they do. However, create your own lane and you never know what's going to happen, man. So we got to, shout out to them. And the next thing you know, man, he jumped on my page. He seen that I was on like Fox News, like, I don't know how many times, like 5 times this year. And I do a lot or whatever. So he's like, yo, I jumped in his DM because he followed me. I just jumped in his DM. I was like, yo, bro, how can I be on your show? How can we work together? Or how can I work for you? I ain't got pride. The boy said, he like, yo, call me now. I called him. Cam actually picked up. I'm like, hold up. Yo, what's good? Like, oh shit. He like, so what you do? I said, bro, besides all the positive stuff that I do, I content create. So he was like, so what you got in mind? I said, listen, you use the word pause a lot. Sometimes,
I'm glad you said that. I got a rebuttal for that pause thing, but go ahead, keep going. Go ahead.
okay, so I said, listen, some things is more than just a pause. Some things is a flagrant pause. And he said, what you mean? I said, like when shit is just all the way out of pocket, you just can't say pause. You got to call it a flagrant pause. So he said, give me an example. I created a video when Michael Rubin had his day party and all that was going on,
Flagrant.
I said, yo,
Flagrant.
listen. And I just dropped it. I said, you're now rocking with B. McFly. I mean, you're now listening to B. McFly Flagrant Pause of the Week, brought to you by This What It Is Sports Show. Hey, yo! This is a flagrant pause on the play, ejected, indefinite suspension, and you got to pay a fine. He
Right.
went crazy over that. He went crazy over that. So when you hear flagrant pause, yeah, that comes from me, man. I
No
invented it,
doubt.
man.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, so I just do the flagrant pause every Friday. I'm not really
So
on
that's a segment.
It's a segment, but not on the show. They throw it on the page.
Yeah. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that.
You
Fuck that. I
know,
told Troy Ave the same shit, man. Me and Troy Ave was in a similar discussion and exchange that you have going on with Cameron and shit. It didn't develop the same way, but the conversation was the same and shit. You know what I'm saying? I told him, my nigga, I don't need no paper and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find a way. You know what I mean? I'm gonna find a way. I'm just
yeah,
put me in the room and shit. Watch me work.
man. And I can definitely honestly say that when I drop on Fridays, I'm getting a lot of traction. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it's becoming that household. Yo, where the flagrant pause of the week? Like Charlemagne the God joint, man, the donkey of the day.
Donkey
You
of the
know what I'm
day.
saying? So
Right.
yeah, so it's definitely getting a lot of traction.
No doubt.
No
Shout
doubt.
out to them. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to Cam. Shout
I
out to
definitely be
Mace, man.
tuning in and shit. You keeping up with sports and shit? You on your sports shit too?
I like now. I'm not really a football analyst. I'm a basketball more so analyst. You know what I'm saying? Not really a football analyst too much. So I'll be flagrant if I say, damn, you know what I mean? I know about football, like I know the people on this. I don't know
Right.
people like that, but basketball, I'm a C plus B minus student.
How did you find yourself on Fox News? How did that come about? Was that the police shooting situation?
Nah, man, I was actually in a shootout. January the 31st, man, nigga tried to run down on me.
I was looking at that video. That was current?
Yeah, January the 31st, 2023. Yup.
So because you still here, you licensed, I imagine.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah, yeah,
licensed
yeah,
carry hammer and shit.
yeah, yeah.
You care to elaborate on how an activist finds
Absolutely.
himself? Someone who's, you trying to heal the community and shit. You would think that you would be given more reverence than that. So what happened?
People got to remember, right? This shit happened to our ancestors. They killed Huey P. Newton. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? They killed the young god over there in Chicago. They killed Martin Luther King. They killed, you know what I'm saying, Malcolm X. So this is nothing new. When you speaking the truth, right? You're gonna have people that are obsessed with you. Either they want to kill you or they want to love you. That's an obsession. And this guy was following me. And I'm like, damn, he might be a fan. You know what I mean? He beeping the horn. And I'm like, this is the city of Philadelphia. I'm on point. I had my joint out waiting, had my window down. He pulled up on me. Come to find out, this is a guy that I done had an encounter with twice. One time the guy came up to the basketball court with a knife. And I'm like, yo, bro, like, what the fuck is wrong? Man, somebody get y'all mans, man, because I don't know if you trying to trick me out my spot, man, but we could kill you right now.
It's a young nigga.
He's older.
All right.
And I think he be jacking the Israelite type of, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that the Israelites are bad people, but I believe he proclaims to be an Israelite. So my first encounter, he came to a car shop and was like, yo, my predecessor said you got a problem with me. I'm like, bro, I don't know you. I'm gonna need you to leave.
He said my predecessors.
Ancestors, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a pass.
I sound
Go.
militant as fuck, man.
And he was very militant.
Okay.
So the second time we was cool. Then the second time this guy came up to the park. Now all my mans is there, and I'm like, don't do nothing to him. Don't hurt him. Because he wasn't transgressing, like he wasn't going after. And I don't know who's around. I'm not getting tricked out my spot because the first thing they're gonna say is, I told you this guy has a mental health issue and y'all shouldn't have did that to him.
Right.
The third time was the charm. He actually seen my car and he followed me a little bit. And I'm just like, you know what? Let me pull over. I pulled over. He pulled on the side of me and was like, you want to fucking play with me? Like he went crazy. Man, I said, man, do what you got to do, bro. He upped it on me and I upped it back on him. Now we exchanging fires. I swear to
From
God.
your car to his car?
My car, I've never been through no shit like this in my life. And see, he probably didn't expect me to up it. He probably thought I was just one of these guys that's like, yo, I'm from the city of Philadelphia, man. I've been through this shit. I know what's going on. Just because you on positive mode, that don't mean that motherfuckers is all going like, yeah, he's a positive guy. No, when your feet is on the ground and you are able to be seen, people don't like that. I learned from my ancestors. I don't know what was wrong with PNB Rock. God rest his soul. Why wouldn't you have it on you?
Why would he be in? That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, and it's like I'm not one of them. I am not one of them. I don't take nobody for granted. I don't take an ant for granted. When it's on, it's on. And when you speaking positive and you living in a city where it's like one of the dangerous cities in America,
Let me ask you
You gotta
something
have it on.
real quick. Are you willing to get physically harmed or body delivering your message?
That's a great question. So I don't want to get physically harmed. So now I'm changing because I don't have money for protection. And my friends, they're not on it. Meaning they're not like, yo, B, we we gonna go wherever you go and we got you and this and the third. Everybody's older, like niggas has done did so much
Niggas
time.
got criminal records and shit like that. Like, I understand that at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm 41 years old. At this point, man, most of my guys is
Oh
like,
yeah, the thugging is the whole. That's over with.
you know what I'm
All
saying? Like
right.
so that's why like you just gotta protect yourself. And now I'm more so I try to stay as low as possible. And I thought being easy to access was the thing for the community. But the community don't respect that shit. They don't give a fuck about
Oh nah, man, hell nah. Not at home anyway. You normally would get
it.
your
Yeah.
reverence in other places and shit.
Yeah, they don't
You know what I'm
respect that
saying?
shit, man. The
I'm
community,
glad you. I'm glad you know what you up against.
yeah. So I kind of like now. I'm just like I'm gonna always speak on the issues, but I'm more so pushing my talent now. And like when the issues occur or whatever the case may be, I speak on it. But
Right.
I'm a content creator. I got a lot of videos that go viral. I'm pushing that. It's time to make some money. I wrote a book too, so it's time to make some money.
We're gonna get to the book. First I want to talk about Lincoln.
Yeah,
Tell my viewers about Lincoln University. Tell them about the prestige. Tell them where it's located at. Go
yo,
ahead.
man. Lincoln University is located in South Pennsylvania. It's the first black historical college to give out degrees. So for those who know about Cheney and Lincoln, right? Cheney University was the first black HBCU, the first black historical college. But Lincoln came out, believe, the same year or a couple years after. But we were the first black college to give out degrees. So Cheney was just a university with no degree. You can learn there, but you don't earn nothing
Yeah, that's crazy.
but some
Okay.
knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But Lincoln was like, oh shit, you learn here and you get some knowledge, right? We got some like Langston Hughes, the first black judge. You know what I'm saying? Like couple people there, man. A couple great people there, man. I think the narrator for Roots, I think he went there and graduated from there. Um yeah, it was a lot,
What was
man.
the
It was a lot. A lot. So yeah, Lincoln, but it was the hood though too. It was the
I know
hood.
that.
It was
So
the
I
hood.
want to ask you, what was the fraternities like at Lincoln?
Uh it wasn't that deep. They wasn't like a regular. See, Lincoln was so small. Like it wasn't like Lincoln used to get written over by like Howard University and all those black big colleges down south. So Lincoln wasn't like one of those popping fraternities. Of course, the Qs was on board. I think the Alphas was on board. The Kappas were on board, but then I think they got kicked off,
Right.
and then the Qs got kicked off. So I mean, it
In your
wasn't like that.
opinion, in your opinion, why did Cheney become more popular than Lincoln?
I don't think Cheney more popular than Lincoln, and
You
I'm
don't
not
think
being
so?
biased. I don't
Cheney
think
got
so.
the Cheney got the sports. They got some sports.
But they had the sports. They had football first.
They had
They had
basketball
football.
too. Yeah.
And they got basketball too. And we always had basketball. But I think the reason why Cheney basketball was always popping because it's closer to Philly. So you gonna get some of your guys from Philly to be like, okay, I go to Cheney. And
Right.
you know what I mean? Close. It's probably like Cheney, like what, 30 minutes away, something like that?
Okay. I went to Slippery Rock, which is a D2. So out of all of them schools, we used to be in the Poconos together. Shout out to the
Oh, okay.
Black Education Conference and shit. I was up there and I encountered, people from Cheney and shit. They was
Okay.
Cheney people thought they was the flyest niggas.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
They thought they was the
yeah,
Flash
yeah, because they close to home.
niggas.
They close to home. They close to Philly. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Yeah, yeah. I can dig it. I can dig it.
Right now, what we need to establish for you, man, you need immunity in Philadelphia, man. You need 100% immunity, man. It need to be known, man. Hands off, like that situation that you was in. There's no reason why you should be in any fucking shootouts, my nigga. Especially,
In the shoot.
I mean that's just crazy. I believe that might have been a little bit. That probably been jealousy and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Being high profile and shit, you know it attracts both. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So tell me some about some of the instances that you've had where people have misconstrued your message.
You know, some people like the drug addiction part. You know what I mean? You got some people that's like, man, you dip and dab, you know what I'm saying? Or as some people say, you know, you just be yelling. And they confuse passion with aggression. If I wanted to kill myself and tried to commit suicide and lost so many friends to gun violence, so many friends has been shot like I have, this shit is passion, man. This ain't no fucking like, I'm not playing around with this shit. If I tell a motherfucker to get off of drugs, it's because I don't do nothing. And I know where that shit can go. Fucking yo, get the fuck out of the streets, man, because you gotta, your brain is gonna be shorter than fucking leprechauns, man. You gotta think. I used to buy trying to teach you some shit. So don't fucking try to play me as if I'm a fraud. I'm not a fraud. But see, people in Philly, again, they don't think past their height, so they go with the people with the money. If you getting money now, I want to believe in you. Now everything you say is golden. Man, get the fuck out of here, man, with that bullshit. Word.
Yeah, we gotta stop that shit, man. It's a viral video that I seen on Instagram where a guy he's crying and he's explaining how black people need some super ostentatious nigga to receive a message from when it's people, it's regular Joes right there in your neighborhood. They got all that information that you need and shit, but you looking at, this nigga because he got all this fucking jewelry on and all of that type of shit. I'm annoyed by that once niggas put on a few chains, they became philosophers and shit like that. That shit's annoying to me as a motherfucker. I know that gets under your skin, yo. That's something that I never did. I never woke up in the morning and told people what to do or anything like that. Anything besides fitness, I speak fitness. Get your dribble right. That's getting your life together and shit. You know what I'm saying? Starting with fitness and shit. And that's what I
Yo,
speak. But anything besides that, I don't be waking up telling people what real niggas do. This is real nigga shit. I hate them real nigga videos. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them.
yo, bro. Yo, the peanut gallery controls the narrative, yo. Let me tell you something, man. How can I tell you what to do? How can I be a motivator if I don't expose my shortcomings? I don't give a fuck what your name is. I don't give a fuck. If you can't be transparent about your shortcomings, your imperfections, I don't want to hear you. Don't fucking tell me what I need to do and what I don't need to do. Like my man No Gun Zone said, he said it the best, yo. He said these people will believe a dummy in a motherfucking 2023 Benz than a genius riding on a fucking bike, man.
That's oh my goodness, heavy. And you're right.
Just because you got to understand one thing, right? A person that got money, we not going to dig into what they had to do to get the money, right? However, it's people out there selling their ass for money. It's people out there throwing their mans under the bus for money. It's people out there that's adding lies to the truth in order to be on top of other people to get this money. It's people out there that's selling their soul to get money. It's people out there that's sacrificing to get money. And I'm not talking about sacrificing time, sacrificing, instead of going out and doing all this other shit, they in the house late nights and early mornings. I'm talking about they sacrificing. So before you actually get on here and start believing everything you see and, oh yeah, he's right. No. You got to think past your height. Think past your height, yo. Word, man.
That's what's up. I think it's an error in our society, the table that we sit at, that people look to entertainers for leadership and shit like that. Whatever they say goes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in conflicts with, people where I had to chastise them and put them in their place and remind them, you're not a leader. You're not a leader. You're not a leader. You're not a leader. You never been responsible for leading anybody and shit. And that's the truth. You decided today, when you put on them 5 chains and that Rolex, that you wanted to tell niggas the right way to live and shit like that. And I be disturbed by that shit because I done consumed a whole bunch of books and information and shit like that. I know my razor's sharp, you know what I mean? And I continue to improve. And it's like a joke to me when I see some people take to the podium and start running their mouth and shit. You know what I mean? It annoys me. And I'm college educated. I went to Slippery Rock. You know what I mean? I had a 3.5 and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Tough.
So, yeah, I'd be annoyed by that shit myself.
And you got knowledge yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Man, listen. You got people to put others in formation, and then you got the information. You gotta choose a side, man. You got people that's gonna put you in formation and hit you with all the manipulation. Boom, manipulation, uppercut. Oh, deceitful hook. You dig where I'm coming from? But my whole thing is, people with information are the ones that's like least, like, nobody want to check out those who got the information, and I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? But I know, like our ancestor Malcolm X said, man, they're puppets. Some of these entertainers are puppets to manipulate the minds and have them going somewhere else, man. You know what I mean? And I'm not with all that, man. Like, I'm here. I'm not here to talk down on anybody. I'm not here to, make rhetoric or, cause any type of confusion. I'm just here to do my job.
Got it.
And my job is to let people know you can still be fly and still be positive. You ain't got, you can still, keep the culture, listen to rap, wear your hoodies, but don't cause no fucking trouble.
Right.
You can still be an entertainer. You want to be an entertainer, you want to rap, you want to dance, you want to sing, you want to be a public influencer, that's fine. Make your money. Bring that, don't create memories, create a legacy. It's a difference. My parents created memories. They didn't leave a legacy. I'm here to fucking break the cycle. You get me?
Word.
But I am tired of these fucking imposters, though. I
Yeah.
am tired of these people that are manipulating these kids. I'm tired of motherfuckers arguing online and talking about each other, grown ass men. But then when you see these where do you think the kids get it from? If the kids can see niggas with grays in their beard, niggas is old as shit, bags under their eyes, arguing back and forth, yelling at the top of their lungs, what you think they gonna do?
Right. No doubt.
Then That's why I'm happy. I'm happy that motherfucking one of the joints that I was trying to squash behind closed doors, you froze on me too.
I'm good.
Okay.
We back.
I'm happy. One of the joints I tried to squash this shit behind closed doors on God. Hassan Campbell and Zip with the Drip. I'm calling both of them. Because I ain't know what the fuck was going on.
Hold on, yo. That's not real, man. That wasn't real, man. Them niggas was working they magic, man. Them niggas was chasing, man. Like
I
them
think
niggas.
see,
That was a monetized. Those were monetized pugilists, my nigga. Like that shit wasn't personal, man. That was comedy hour. You know, get your shit off. It's just like being at the lunch table and shit like that, man. Them, I know both of them
I didn't
niggas. I
know because I
talked to
don't know the
both.
game.
I talked to both of them niggas and shit. That shit wasn't real, man.
See,
Zip
I ain't know the
got
game.
no, huh?
I ain't know the game. So I'm
Oh
like, yo,
yeah,
listen.
that wasn't real, man. Them niggas don't. One thing about these exchanges that happen online, if it's between some niggas that know each other, that might be real. Them niggas don't know each other. Them niggas ain't never hung out together, no shit like that. Them niggas didn't encountered online and had some exchanges online and shit. Anything they saying about each other, they gather from online and shit. You know what I mean?
See, that shit. See, I looked at it like this. Not to cut your wisdom, right? But I
Yeah.
look at it like I was like, nah, man, I fuck with both of y'all like just on some online shit. And man, y'all need to stop this shit. Y'all claiming Muslim and all this shit. Like, y'all tripping. I'm like, y'all tripping, man. Like, nah. Like, I listen to you. I respect you. I honor you.
Right.
Same thing. Yo, y'all niggas like, nah, I don't like it. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm in the back. I ain't dropped nothing. This is like one of my first times really talking about it
Right.
on here. Like, but I don't know what's real, what's fake. I don't like it. I love both of them
Oh
dudes, man.
shit.
I just said, man, listen, man, nah, man, we gotta
Right.
stop
Yeah,
this
they
shit.
iced it. It's over. And what's gonna
Yeah.
happen now is shit. I'm gonna tell you what happens now and shit. Everybody gotta find some original content. That go for Zip, that go for Hassan. They gotta figure out their next move and shit. You know what I mean? Because I won't lie, this algorithm shit is triggered by ignorance and shit. They like that. They like when niggas, they like, I swear to God, you wouldn't believe the types of people that be watching that shit, man. I didn't encounter people who was embarrassed, man, like that they knew about my activity. But that shit with them, that shit fuels that shit, that them niggas trust me. And that go for like when you seen that situation with Whack 100 and Jay Diggs, it's over with now or whatever. Jay Diggs is in a better place than he was before it happened. You feel me? He put out
Right.
music videos. He went on a bunch of platforms and shit. This is fuel that he didn't have. You know what I'm saying? He was able to reintroduce himself to a younger generation. It's That's what's happening. It's the economy and shit.
So
I'm
that's
keeping it
so
funky with you, man, because I know, and the niggas that I've had issues with, like I got something going with Leak right now, and I know you fuck with Leak. Uh, it ain't real, man. We betting, man. Like that's it. That's it. That shit ain't real.
yo, listen, I see. I never did this. Like, I never, like, I see it's a business, but I've
It
never like.
is. It
I
is.
always thought that, like, damn, where I'm from, you jump on these social media sites, man, you might die behind this shit. So I was
It can.
scared of
It
that.
can get to that. It can get to that. But I discovered this because of Trendsetter Shady. I didn't go. I didn't. You can credit just for the record. You can credit all this live stream shit you see going on. Trendsetter Shady started all this shit. Before this, before him, before
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
hell yeah, before Shady. I wasn't even going live. Before Shady, wasn't nobody using a live stream except for Star, the Star Chamber and
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He was using it and shit. I didn't even know how to use it and shit. I woke up one morning and I seen Shady on it, wilding out on AR. This is when they fell out and shit. And when I seen what he was doing, I'm like, man, I'm bigger than him. I know that I could do. I hit my live stream for the first time, and it came to this. But I create actual original content. That's the difference between me and everybody else that you see here and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I do primarily. The live streams, this shit that we on right now, for whatever reason, it triggers the algorithm. Everybody notice live streams get way more views than a regular uploaded video. I can go interview Nas in an hour and upload it. It ain't gonna do better than no live stream and shit.
Wow.
It ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have to chase a live stream. That's just how it works. So that's why you see niggas getting on here every day, clowning, showing their ass. Those are, people who probably are low on content, but it is a business. Niggas have discovered on the 21st of every month that check coming.
I'm starting to see that, like, and I'm like, damn, maybe I need to just mind my business because I'm so afraid. Listen, I was so afraid like somebody was going to die, man. And I'm just like, yo, how do you talk about each other like that to this capacity? To where it's like, yo, if we see each other, it might just go down.
Right.
I don't. If I arguing back and forth with somebody that I know, I'm gonna try to squash it because as a man, we got grown males and we got grown men. I'm a grown man. I stand on 10.
Yeah.
Pick my
Let me
nuts up and I
clarify
stand on
something,
my
right?
10.
Let me clarify something. The shit that you see online, it's a difference between online, what we doing right now, and online Philadelphia. Clarify that. The shit that you see me going
Okay.
the shit that you see going down with Zip with the drip and Hassan and Philly, that could lead to some shit.
Yeah.
Them dudes live in
Yes.
two totally different places. One in the Bronx and another one in Queens and shit. Like niggas ain't gonna run into each other, no shit like that. Not unless it's on purpose.
See, I lived in Queens for 15 years, man. And not where Zip is from. Zip is from like East Elmhurst or Corona, somewhere around there. Corona. So, and I mean, like I probably went to Corona like once or twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I feel you on that. They probably never run into each other. But again, I'm from Philly. When you see people going back and forth online, you know it's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And shit can go down. And it's like, before it go to the next level, let's see how we can stop this ish. You dig? So that's all I'm saying.
No doubt. All right, man. The last thing I want to ask you about is the book. Details about the book.
Yeah. Yeah, so I got
You buffering a little bit. You buffering a little bit.
Am I?
Yeah. A little blurry.
Is it?
All right, you can hold it up now.
Okay. So I wrote a book called Anybody Could Be McFly. And Be McFly stands for being motivated, comes from loving yourself. So it's a children's book from the age of, I say, elementary to junior high school, 8th grade. And it's just to keep kids, this is a superhero, but his physical strength is more, his powers are more mental than physical. You know what I'm saying? So he's more so a guy that's coming to help people get off of drugs, coming to help people stay focused in school and stay away from, danger and stuff like that, and to, give, kids inspiration to just do better and don't, not to never give up. And he always tell them, like, if you follow those rules, man, you be McFlying. So, it's a great read, man, for the
That's
kids,
dope.
man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the narrative. And my next narrative is, I don't want to kill you, I want to heal with you. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to kill you. I don't want to kill you, I want to heal with you.
I want to heal with you. Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we all need healing, man. No matter what type of guy you may be, you know what I'm saying? Financial healing, mental healing, physical healing. You know what I'm saying? People walking around here looking like zombies and they not on nothing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They look deadbeat. They look at their skin not clear. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, man, you just like your fingernails is dirty, and it's just so much like we got to get it together. You know what I'm saying? We got to get it together, yo.
No
Facts.
doubt. No doubt. Why don't you give my viewers your information, website, where they can catch up with you at, and we're gonna
Yo,
get up out of here. I appreciate your time.
bro, listen. First of all, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for bringing me on your platform. Hopefully you guys can go to my platform and see all the skits that I created on my YouTube as well. But yo, you can just Google me, man. You want to just Google B McFly, just put in BMCFLY. You will see the magazine articles I was in. You'll see the news articles I was in. You'll see everything I got going on. You can go to www.bmcfly.com. You know what I mean? Or just go to Brandon Chastain. You get everything that I got going on, man. You'll see it there, man. I appreciate y'all and I love y'all, man, for sure, for sure.
All right,
Genuinely.
B. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you,
Peace.
man. Salute.
Yeah. One.
Peace. Come on.